Pass Around the Smile is like your go-to friend, the one that lifts you up and backs you till the end. She's there to guide and inspire, challenge and teach, and remind you that your best self isn't out of reach. Self-development, manifestation, self-love and more, it's time to trust the process more than ever before. Welcome to Pass Around the Smile, the podcast. I'm your host, Cleo, and I am so glad you're here. Let the magic begin. Hello, my smileys. Bear with me. I've just got my microphone out to record a little introduction because I forgot to tell you a few things. If you like to watch the video on the podcast, don't worry, the video will come back in a few minutes when the episode starts. So first of all, this has accidentally turned into a full-blown series. I was going to do this as one episode, but I keep coming back throughout September and it's just getting so long. So it's now going to be a part 1, 2, 3, and 4, which is absolutely crazy. Might even be 5. Who knows at this point? But basically the poll in the Instagram community said, would you guys like me to put the episodes out how I normally do, like wait a week or two in between episode drops? But you were all like, no, put them all out immediately. I need to binge them, which is great because this is a challenge essentially that I want you guys to start in October. So it's probably good that you have all of the episodes within September. So I am going to, I've never done this before, like drop a few episodes in one day or over a couple of days. We'll see how much time I get. But basically, if you are listening to this episode now and you haven't listened to part 1 yet, please stop and go back to part 1 first. Otherwise, it won't make sense. The second thing I wanted to say is that my retreat, my manifestation retreat, it's a wellness retreat, it's a yoga retreat. It's honestly the amount of time and energy that we have spent perfecting this retreat, making sure it is the most transformational and magical experience. It is in 2.5 weeks. I can't believe it. Now, I'm not going to talk on this for long. All I want to say is that we had to change locations and it's actually an upgrade. We've had to move houses, which means that we have a few last minute spots available, actually only a couple. You will know if these spots are meant to be for you. The link is in the show notes. Grab them if you want them. I know it's only in 2.5 weeks, but if this is meant to be, it's meant to be. It is myself alongside the incredible Brooklyn from Yoga Ball and Kylie Stewart. Yes, the psychic I've had on the podcast. She's doing one-on-one psychic spiritual healing sessions with the guests. As I said, it's so magical what we've got planned. We are so excited. If you feel like those spots are meant to be grabbed by you, go and grab them. And I cannot wait to spend this 4 days with you. Hello, welcome back. It is September 4. So I am 4 days into my little solo September, I don't know what it is, a reset, meditation, manifestation, setting goals kind of challenge. And I already have some updates. I'm really excited to share this with you. I don't know if this is going to be a whole new episode that we're doing at the moment because I'm obviously just recording and taking you along in real time in September. I might end up having 8 parts to this, who knows? Or you might not hear from me until the end of September now. We don't know, but I just really want this to be really inspiring for you guys as you go into October. And I want to tell you every little thing that I have done, every little tip I can, and every little block as well. But for now, it's pretty good. So as I mentioned, it's September the 4th. That is Beyonce's birthday, by the way. Embarrassing that I know that, but also not really embarrassing because she's a queen, and happy birthday, Beyonce. Because you'd be listening to this, wouldn't you? Hi, B. Okay, so it has been 4 days. I have regularly been meditating. I don't think I've meditated 4 days in a row for years. And I'm really proud of myself. I'm so excited. Have I, gotten better yet? No, not really. It's only been 4 days. But I am noticing really, really small changes. One being on the first 2 days, I opened my eyes just because I was a little bit distracted during the meditation and kind of, just went out of it and kind of came back in. But the last 2 days, I haven't done that. So I'm super excited about that. Now, what I've also done is, this was going to be a little solo thing that I was doing, but I decided to reach out to one of my best friends who I know loves all this stuff, and she is doing the challenge with me. So we are meditating every single day for September, and we're just opening our mind up to the possibilities that we know are waiting for us. We had this chat over voice message, and we were like, we can create our reality. We are both huge believers in manifestation. Why have we let that slip our minds in the last few months? We literally can create the life that we want to live. So do something about it. And that's where our minds are at. So why I'm telling you this is because what we've done is we've created a notes on our iPhone, which is shared. So it says like day 1, day 2, day 3, all the way till day 30, which we actually haven't mapped that out, but we're just writing it as we go. And it will say like, it'll go Josie, day 1, and then she will go 5 minutes sleeping meditation. And then I will write Cleo, I might have done, a 10-minute inner child meditation. Day 2, Josie, 25-minute this meditation. Cleo, 10-minute this meditation, whatever. So that's how we're doing it, and we're keeping each other accountable because we both have access to the notes and we can both see what each other has done. And then we can be like, oh my God, this is so good. Like, well done. Or, I might try that meditation tomorrow. So it's making it a lot more fun. And I want to encourage you guys to do this. If you don't have someone that you know who would be willing to do this with you, why not jump in the Pass Around the Smile community and see if you can get an accountability partner. Put yourself out there. I'm sure for October, someone will want to join you. Okay. So I want to tell you guys about the exciting shifts so far. As I said, it has been 4 days, but 4 days is a lot of time. It's a lot of hours when you are changing things, when you're creating new habits, when you are putting yourself out there, when you are honoring yourself, the universe will immediately respond. And that is what I'm experiencing. And you can probably just tell by my energy, I'm excited and I feel refreshed. And I am waking up excited. So I've written some notes here. So the first one I will tell you about is I am waking up excited. I'm waking up feeling refreshed. It does help that my baby is sleeping better at the moment, but I'm waking up just feeling like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen today? Like, show me how good it gets. I'm so excited to be alive and to have control over my, control somewhat. We know that we want to let go of the control, but I feel like I have the power now. I feel like I hold the power to create my reality and to create really exciting things in my life. And I am making actionable changes to bring that magical energy and these possibilities in, and it's working already. Again, this is the exciting stuff about manifestation and spirituality is things can change in a second. Okay, so the next one is I have been doing a meditation in the morning because that personally is where I feel I can really get into the meditation and concentrate and focus. When I do a sleeping meditation, for me personally, I just fall asleep, which is great because I'm finding I'm having way better sleeps. Again, baby's sleeping way better, so it's a bit different for me. But I've been doing both. So I've been doing a morning meditation or just during the day meditation where I'm actually sitting up and I'm like, no, I'm here to manifest for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 20 minutes and focus. And then I have also just been putting on a sleep meditation to go to sleep where I'm not actually meditating. I'm just kind of listening in the background. But maybe that is contributing to way better sleeps. Yes, again, Indigo's sleeping better, but I am sleeping better. And even because in the past, when Indigo's had a good sleep, I'm still tossing and turning, wondering when she's going to wake up or when I'm going to have to go in. So the sleeping meditations have just been really nice. And I think because when we are falling to sleep, we're going into that theta state, our subconscious mind is so alert to anything coming at us. And even if we are not focusing on the words or what the meditation is saying, those words are still made up of an energy, and that energy is sinking into our subconscious mind. So loving that. I'm having better sleeps. Now, this is a funny one that I noticed, but I've been to Pilates twice since I've been meditating in these last 4 days, and I'm finding that my mindset is so strong in finishing an exercise. Before, I'd kind of just give up, or I'd get a little bit distracted maybe, or I just think this is just too hard. I can't do it. But I was finishing every exercise like I was a bloody fitness fanatic. I don't know where the energies come from. But no, I do. It's my mindset because everything is a mind game. And I was just I walked into Pilates so excited and with this attitude of I am so grateful that I get to move my body. I'm so thankful that my mother-in-law has had my baby so I can go and do a Pilates class. I'm so grateful that my body is healthy enough to move, and I'm so excited for that feeling I'm going to get after Pilates, and I'm loving the music and I'm loving the teacher. I'm loving the style of workouts. I was just in this attitude of gratitude. And what that allowed me to do was just be so grateful throughout the class and really focus on how good it felt instead of how hard it was. and the idea around I get to do this rather than I have to do this. And I was honestly like just in awe of myself of how I like actually I never really do every single exercise and use like the heavier weights and things like this, but I really just felt my mindset was so strong in a way of like, I was like, Cleo, you can do this. This is easy. And I also, for me personally, like I know everyone listening to this, like will not have had the same experience as me maybe, or have ever given birth, but you can grab something else that you've been through where you've been really strong and resilient and be like, if I can do that, I can do this. For me, I was like about to give up on the squats and I was like, bloody hell, Cleo, you've given birth, you can do this. And I finished the squats and I was like, of course I can. So that's a little funny add-on. Okay, so another one, I am finding that I am stepping in to the version of me who manifests without even trying. And I love this version of me. I've been there before in the past and I'm so excited to get back into it again. For example, 2 examples. So as you guys know, one of my goals is to make X amount of money and also to manifest 1 million downloads on the podcast. I got a text message from a previous sponsor of the podcast being like, hey, Cleo, like, we're just so happy with how everything went. Like, I haven't heard from them in months. Just wondering if you are taking any other sponsors for your podcast. I didn't even have to reach out to them. I didn't even have to do any of the heavy lifting. They literally reached out to me, and what felt so good is that they loved our sponsorship last time, and I personally love their product. So it was just all so aligned, and it came as a text message, which I never would have thought. And this is a reminder that we have to let go of the how, because I kind of assumed that if anything was going to come through, it would be through email, or I would have to reach out, I would have to chase, but we don't always have to chase. We don't have to chase to attract. We get to let go and trust and know that magical things are happening above in the universe, wherever, and they will come to us. And it did. It just came to me in a random text message and I was like, oh, great, there you go. That is serving both of my goals. And I did not even try. But the reason that it came to me was because I am focusing so hard on becoming the clearest, calmest, most excited version of Cleo right now that things are starting to just fall into place and happen for me. We can create the change. Another thing is we are having a little Mexican party for Father's Day for like my in-law side of the family, and myself, my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law, we were like creating the shopping list and getting all excited. And I was like, oh, we're going to need like a lot of avos for what we're going to need to do. And I kind of just like, I didn't really think of it, but I was just like, okay, we need like probably 6, 7, maybe 8 avocados. Well, that's a lot, but let it go. Off I go. And an hour later, my neighbor comes knocking on the door with 6 avocados for us. He's like, oh, we've just been at the food bank. Like, they gave us all these avocados. Here, do you want them? And do you want more? Because we have more at our house. So it's just like, this seems little, but it's not little at all. Like, that is just, things are happening and I'm just really excited. Okay, what else have I got? Oh, yes, this is a big one. Okay, so this isn't like from a manifestation point or anything, but this could be one of the most important things that I am feeling or that has changed in this. Again, it's been 4 days, so I'm really excited to see how this goes. And I don't want to anticipate that I'm going to like fall off the bandwagon, but I guess I am just being realistic, and I know that there will be days that are like harder with like my baby, or something might come up that takes a lot of self-control, or I don't know. But this is a really good example and a good reminder to me that what I'm doing is working, because so I had this sponsor, right? I've had this sponsor written on my like sponsor wish list for the podcast for ages. And I can't really tell you too much of why they're so aligned, because it will give away who they are. And like, this is a bit of an awkward story. So I purposely hadn't reached out to them until now, because I wanted to wait until I was like ready and whatever. So I was ready. I crafted a really great email. I attached all my insights. Like I, kind of explained why we were so aligned. And I went to press send and I was like, no, Cleo, don't just send it to the like hello at business name email. Like that's just going to go to like a receptionist who may not pass it on to the marketing team. Would it have been easier to just do that? Yes, I would sit behind my screen and I press send. But what I've realized now that I can only work, well, not can, but I choose to only work 2.5 days because of Indy. In those 2.5 days, I am so productive. Like I do not stop. If I worked to this like level before I was a mum, oh my God, to think of how much I would have got done. I don't know what I did with my time before Indy. Anyway, not the point. I had made a promise to myself that I would show up as like, this go-getter girl who knows her worth and does things the hard way. Because if you do things the hard way, that's when you get better results. And I don't want to say hard as in like pressure, forced. You know that that's not what I mean. I kind of mean that I'll just tell you the example. Oh my gosh, Cleo. So what I did is I saw their phone number. Their phone number was right there. It made me so nervous, but I thought I need to call and ask for their marketing team's email because I have a podcast sponsorship that I'm wanting to pitch. So I called them. They didn't answer. I left a banger voicemail and I was like, I'm amazing. This is great. I can do this, like really pumping myself up because that stuff makes me nervous. Again, I would have just loved to press send on the email, but I knew that that would not give me the result that I wanted. Anyway, they called me back and the lady on the phone kind of asked me to give her a little pitch on why Pass Around the Smile is so aligned with their business. And guys, oh my God, I froze. Guys, it was so bad. I was terrible. Now, I know Pass Around the Smile like the back of my hand. I have short pictures, I have long pictures, I have medium pictures, I have pictures for my cards, my decks, my podcasts, my courses. I've written them a million times. I've gone over them a million times. But something happened in this moment, and maybe it was because self-doubt creeped up. I'm not sure, or I was put on the spot. I wasn't expecting to like be asked to pitch. I was just calling up to ask for an email and I just froze. I was like, oh, it's a podcast on mindset and manifestation and all the things that make you feel really good. And my mum was in the next room and I could just feel her like, and after I went into mum and I was like, did you hear that? And she's like, yeah. What happened? I was like, I don't know. The point of this story is Cleo last month would have been so angry at herself, so hard on herself. I would have called myself stupid. I would have felt really incompetent. I would have, just let the negativity roll where I would have thought like I don't deserve any sponsors. I'm never going to make a phone call again. Like why did I should have just sent the email. Like now I've ruined it. Now I'm going to look stupid to these people. Like they're just going to think I'm a joke. While I had those thoughts for a few seconds and I had a little tiny, like I literally mean for like 30 seconds, little rant to mum, I then just was able to let it go. And I was so nice to myself. I was so kind to myself about it. I ended up having a laugh about it and I've just let that podcast sponsorship go. I've let all attachment go. It doesn't matter that it was on my list for, a year up to this point. It doesn't matter. I gave it a red hot shot. Yes, it wasn't great. But the fact that I was so kind to myself in that moment and I didn't dwell on it was huge for me. And the only thing that I can think that helped me act like that or have that reaction to myself was meditation. I've been doing it for 4 days now consistently and it is helping. It is helping in so many areas, and this for me is a really, really big one. So that's where we're at. I'll talk to you guys soon. It might be in a couple of days. It might be at the end of September. Who knows? But I hope you are enjoying this little flow of events, and I hope you're enjoying coming along with me on this journey. Smiley's jumping back on the mic for a quick ending because we've had an update already. It is the afternoon of September 4, and guess who has replied? The sponsor that I just had the terrible phone call with, and their reply was so beautiful and so lovely, and look, I don't know if the podcast sponsorship is going to go ahead, but their reply was opening the conversation and complimenting me on what I do and what I stand for. And it just goes to show that we judge ourselves so harshly, and a lot of the time the judgments that we have on ourselves are nothing to other people. So just a nice little reminder, but I think the most beautiful lesson in this for me personally is the way that I treated myself with kindness and love, even after I disappointed myself and felt like a bit of an embarrassment, to be honest. So anyway, I just wanted to add that in. Hopefully by part 4, or maybe even a part 5, if there is one, I'll be able to tell you that they're sponsoring the podcast. Don't know yet. It might not happen, but honestly, I'm just so in awe of how this has unfolded already.